Hey, how are you guys? It's me, Kirsten. This is the It's Giving Mystical podcast, and this is your card of the week for the week of June 28th. How did that Four of Cups week treat you? I want to remind you that we are in this interesting place with the Capricorn full moon. So in June, we have a Capricorn full moon. And then also in July, we have a Capricorn full moon, like the very first degree of Capricorn, and I think the very last, or like the 29th degree of Capricorn. Really interesting bookends, like really interesting sense of Capricorn, authority, divine masculine, ambition, the depth of your motivation and its ability to move you into the world, move you through the world. Those two moons kind of bookending this very interesting experience around Capricorn energy. I don't know where you have Capricorn in your chart. I don't know what Capricorn means to you, but wherever it is, whatever it means, it's activated. It's front row, man. It's front row center. And the Four of Cups is an interesting energy when you hold it in the light of the Capricorn full moon, because the Four of Cups is getting sticky with our emotions. It can get like we can feel stagnant in our emotional body. And Capricorn is not known for its emotionality. It's not known for its interest or patience with the emotional body. So there's something interesting at play there, and I invite you to bring more width to your emotional expression and more patience to your processing time. Like, just have patience with your processing time. Have patience with the fact sometimes you might get it on one level, you might get it somatically, you might get it mentally, and you can't quite make the progress in the world, or the world might ask it of you and you can't quite get there. You can't quite show up at the starting line ready to go. There's some way in which like the pacing is off, and just have patience with that. Have a lot of compassion for yourself. And I imagine wherever you are feeling that kind of retraction or stuck energy, by the July full moon, that will have resolved itself on many, many levels. And remember, it's okay. Like, remember patience, remember that this isn't all happening to drive you crazy. And the Four of Cups can make us feel like a victim. It can make us feel like, why me? And Capricorn doesn't really have a lot of patience for that. And so I want you to kind of bring some of the good medicine of Capricorn that's like, I have work to do. And it's okay if the work happens on a funny timeline. And that's how you speak back to the Capricorn in you, right? Like, yeah, you have work to do. You also have to trust life. You have to trust the way that life is ebbing and flowing, and you have to work with the tides. You have to work with the tides. The card I pulled for us this week is the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles in the traditional deck. And that feels really good. It feels really good to have a little bit of that grounded earth energy. It feels really good to have that sense of someone watching over you. The Queen of Pentacles is really Earth Mama energy. So it's that sense of being at home in my body, being at home in nature, being at home in the world, being at home with my resources, like trusting my abundance, trusting that I have a right to abundance, trusting that there's plenty not just for me, but for you, and that the trick of scarcity can make it feel like, well, if I have too much of this, what will happen with others? And on the 3D plane, I hear you. Like, I hear you. On the 5D, on this other dimension, that's just not the way it works. When we invite constriction into our own body, we're feeding constriction into the field. And we want to just have the sense of what I talked about last week. How much space can I take up energetically in a way that feels authentic and integral and like a gift, like a full expression, as an invitation to everyone else I meet, everyone else that comes across me, everyone else that's tapped in, to also feel safe and free in their fullest expression. That's kind of what we're going for, I hope. And the Queen of Coins is just a real comfort. Pentacles can get stuck. She can get heavy. She can get graspy. Like the challenge with her, or the weight of her, can be a type of grasping, a type of like, I have to keep it close, like keep my family close, keep my money close, keep my home, like keep the door closed, keep the gates up. Like the build the wall energy, like that idea. If I just had a high enough wall, then everything would be okay. That's the most, like, not unhealthy, but kind of unhealthy expression of the Queen of Pentacles. Like, I have something to defend. The healthy expression of the Queen of Pentacles knows that as I open my hands, more is able to flow through me and flow into the world and flow to the world. And that's the most beautiful expression of the Queen of Pentacles. So in a Queen of Pentacles week, I would imagine that your materiality is going to come up for witnessing. So you might have thoughts or experiences that are very body specific, very money specific, very resource specific. And I hope that you feel held by those things. And the best wish for this week would be that you feel held, you feel safe in your body, you feel safe in your resources, you feel safe in the world. If you are feeling less so, I invite you in a Queen of Pentacles week to really tap into earth energy, tap into the nourishment available to you in the earth. It can be a meditation around gravity. It can be that you go put your feet on the earth. It can be gardening. It can be cooking a good meal. It can be sharing your hands and your health with the world. So volunteering, doing something of service. Again, the Queen of Pentacles has this abundant nature that wants to embrace the world, that wants to give the world a safe, delicious like meal. It's like the part of the world that wants us. My cousin Katie always says like she wants a crowded table. My cousin's actually a brilliant example of Queen of Pentacles energy, because she's the kind of woman that loves to feed you and care for you in that way and like gather people together. And so the expression of this in its, when we feel unbalanced in that, to put our hands to cooking food, to put our hands to touching people, like rubbing someone's back or holding someone's hand or going to do community service work. There's something about, I have plenty, let me give of myself, let me give of my plenty. And just in a Queen of Pentacles week, I think there's been a lot of movement and a lot of changing and a lot of high speed. And the Queen of Pentacles will slow that down in a way that feels really, really good. So I invite you on this 28th, this week ahead of us, to just kind of enjoy this slowing down of this last week in June and infuse your awareness with gratitude. So thinking about the stretch of this month, the span of this month, so much was defined by the choices you made, and you learned so much by the choices you made, and also the things that got revealed when you waited, when you were patient with choices. The Queen of Pentacles is so patient. The Queen of Pentacles is willing to plant the seed and wait for the tomatoes in August. And then when those tomatoes come, it's like, I feel every drop of rain and sunshine that came down onto this beautiful earth to create this fruit. What's better than a summer tomato? That kind of energy. Queen of Pentacles doesn't miss a thing. Back to my famous Aerosmith quote. Like, they don't miss a thing. They're so in it. They're so aware of how precious this is. And really, the Queen in particular wants to share that. Like, wants to be like, I have this tomato. Would you like some of my tomato? Not only is the gift multiplied by sharing it, but it's like, I experience the magic of this, and then I hand it to you, and I watch you experience the magic of this, and my magic, my joy, my wonder is amplified from it. Queen of Pentacles is very expansive, generous, earthy energy, and I hope that feeds into your soil this week. Like, I hope you feel that. I hope you have not only the capacity to receive that, but the capacity to give that on some level. And just notice where it comes easy for you and see if you can offer that ease in whatever way feels good, in whatever way feels like it multiplies it, Queen of Pentacles, there can be a little bit of stubbornness that comes up. So you want to just, that haughty thing. My mom used to say, my mom was a beautiful woman. And she had this air to her that was regal, and when she would get mad or felt insulted, like by the way someone treated her at a store or something, she would do this thing, and she called it, she kind of knew it wasn't right, but she would still do it, and she would call it that imperious thing I do. And it's when she would kind of like lift her shoulders, lift her chest, and do this, like she would act like she was the queen, and how dare you like second guess her. It was not a lot of fun to be on the other side of as a witness, but it was actually really kind of stressful to witness, but also fascinating to witness. She would just kind of turn this energy on where she became this queen, and it wasn't the best thing, but it was also a really interesting tool she could turn on. But that imperious thing, the Queen of Pentacles can do that too. The Queen of Pentacles can kind of sit in this place of, I demand your attention, I demand your allegiance. If you can't be on your knees before me, then maybe you should go. Like, that can be some of the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. So just watch out for that. Become aware of that. Go put your knees in the dirt. Humble yourself. Humble the energy. Yeah, if that comes up, you just think about how can I ground in my own power versus having to diminish yours to feel successful. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Put her on your altar, take a look at her, have her bless your energy, your space, your materiality, so that you can not only feel abundant and safe and held in that, but also feel how nice it is to be generous, to be given so much that you can be generous. And that comes up with the Six of Pentacles when we talk about it. Where does generosity come from? What is generosity? Is it if I give because it's so easy to give? Is it only when I give when I'm forced to give? Is it only when I give when I have so little to begin with? I don't know, but I give that to you as a thought experiment, as something to kind of ponder, this idea of generosity. And is generosity something that can be kind of a self-feedback loop where you can offer something in a way where it expands the enjoyment, the wonder for everyone involved? So much love, Queen of Pentacles. May you feel blessed with abundance and safety and security and wonder at the beauty of this life, of this earth, of this world this week. Talk to you later. Bye. It's giving everything is sacred. It's giving art. It's giving light you up and turn you on and set you free. It's giving curiosity. It's giving freedom. It's giving love. It's giving you are more magical and powerful than you can comprehend. It's giving, I don't know what's happening, but I am so here for it. It's giving you are pure potential. It's giving mystical.